All right. Hi, guys. I am Haley. I'm the Public Relations Coordinator for Just People. A little bit about myself. I've been around here since I was a child. And when I graduated, I was called by them, family friends with the owners, and they called me and they said, actually, we want you to come work for us full time. So although I've only been here since I've graduated college, about 4 years now, 3 or 4 years now, I've been hanging around since I was little. So that's enough about me, though. I am here to talk about Just People today. We are a support program for adults with developmental disabilities, and we are based in Georgia in the metro Atlanta area. Our mission statement, this is just a brief. We are a private nonprofit organization. Our mission is to provide a variety of support services to adults with developmental disabilities, to encourage full participation in life through independent living skills, community integration, and much more. But more importantly, our tagline at the bottom is "Be proud of who you are." This is one of my favorite things. We have it written on the walls everywhere. I think that's honestly an important tagline for everyone to follow every day, but it is really what Just People embodies, or tries to at least. So next, who is Just People? We serve adults with developmental disabilities, 18 and up. We don't really have an age cap. As long as they are older than 18 and they meet our admission criteria, they're more than welcome to be here. Anyone we serve, their primary diagnosis is developmental disabilities, but we do have a handful of members with mental illness or traumatic brain injury, but we primarily serve those with developmental disabilities. The services we offer include independent living, day program, community integration, supportive employment, and we'll get into those specifics in a few. And then our admission criteria, our main one is that they must be able to bathe, dress, and feed independently. They cannot be a danger to themselves or others, which I think is pretty common. And really, I think our favorite admission criteria is that they have to have a desire to be here. They have to want to participate and learn and live independently. So I think that is something that's really important, and it allows for some strong participation from our members in our everyday programming. A little bit about our history. In 1995, this is Becky, one of our members. She, after volunteering for many, many years with different organizations that support both kids and adults with developmental disabilities, there was one that it was foster kids, and they age out of the system of whatever program that she was participating in. And she was like, they just leave, they just go away. Like, you just leave them on the streets. Where are they supposed to go? And so she was like, no. She picked them up, brought them to her house. And that kind of just started all of it. She really ran it out of her kitchen because that one person had a friend who had a friend who had a friend. And then she had like 15 people sitting in her kitchen. So she decided to create a program for these adults who had nowhere else to go. And I think my favorite story is when they were trying to figure out what the program would look like and what the name should be, and all of this brainstorming was happening around the kitchen table. One of her daughters came in and said, "Mom, they really are just people." And so Just People was born. And then in 2000, she officially moved out of her kitchen. She upgraded to an actual day program space for everyone to go to. And then in 2004, we built the original Just People Village. They had lived in some apartment complexes prior, just public apartment complexes. But the group really wanted a neighborhood. They kept telling her, we want a neighborhood where our neighbors are our friends, but where we can feel comfortable to be ourselves. And so she was like, all right, if you guys want it, I'll do it. And they made that happen. So, and then in 2018, we just kept growing. We built a second village, and that brings us to today, where this is a quick snapshot. We currently serve about 336 members across the metro Atlanta area. 220 of those members live with us. So they live in one of our 2 villages, and we have a few more set to move in over the next couple of months. Our average age is 44, but like I said, as long as they're 18 and up, our youngest currently that lives with us is 19, and our oldest that lives with us is 80. So there really is a wide range of ages that we serve here. We have 93 employees across all programs, locations, serving our members. And then one of my favorite statistics I wanted to include is that 45% of our current members have been with Just People for over 10 years. 10 years and up. Some of them have been here since 1995 when Becky brought them into her kitchen. So prior to the building of our second village, which was 5 years ago, where our program quite literally doubled in size over the course of a few months, that statistic was closer to 80% of members stayed over 10 years. So people really come and they decide they like it and they don't leave. So I think that that's a really cool retention rate to show. And then a quick snapshot of, this is our funding breakdown. Our primary income, as you can see, is the Medicaid waiver at about 60%. And then 25% of private pay members. And then we do have about 15% of fundraising, but I think something that's really, really cool about Just People is that our operating budgets are completely funded through our service fees and our government funding. All fundraising and donations is extra. So we primarily fundraise for very specific projects that we're working on or events we want to do, and any donations that are made, we are always using them for the specific project that they are raised for or donated for. So it's really cool that our donors get to participate in the things that we do and the things we build, and kind of choose where their money goes, because it always goes exactly to what they're choosing. So in terms of our ILP members, we have about 50-50 of waiver versus private pay. So that's kind of how our funding breaks down. But to get into our program specifics, we do have a day and social program. They are based in Norcross. Our day program is Monday through Friday from about 9 to 4, and it has a wide variety of classes and activities happening. I think what's really cool, my favorite part about our day program actually, is it is connected to our main office. So I currently am in our main office, and if I just walk across the hall, our day program is over there. So it's a really cool way for our administrative team to also stay completely immersed in what we're doing every single day. But we have a wide variety of classes at our day and our day program in Norcross. We have lifelong learning classes, which are skills-based learning, and that is both hard and soft skills. So we have cooking class and job skills and stuff like that, but we also have peer support and things like that to kind of help those soft skills. And then we have community outings at least twice a week. It is very, very important to us and our members that they go out in the community and they do fun things out there. So some of our favorites include Dave and Buster's, going out to eat, going to movies. Today, I believe they're at Stars and Stripes bowling. So, and then we also have our Just People Achievement Academy. This is a recently new, within the last 3 years, that we've built our Achievement Academy. What I really, really enjoy about our Achievement Academy is it is not set lessons. There is no curriculum. Nobody has to participate. It really is a desire to want to come in and learn. And when you say, you know what, Dr. Tanya, I want to participate in the Achievement Academy, you get to pick what you want to learn. You have to come to her and say, you know what, I really want to work on my reading, or I want to practice budgeting more, or I want to learn how to sew. And so we have this huge academy where they just get to come in and do research and learn how to use the computer and practice whatever skills it is that they are choosing to grow. So I think that our Achievement Academy, and it's a big hit, the Achievement Academy is always full nowadays. And then we do also have a social program, which is our weekend activities typically. We do something every single weekend, at least one big event. Sometimes we have things on weekdays or weeknights, but it is primarily weekend activities. And it just provides a social opportunity for people to come and get together and have events and camaraderie and friendship and all of that stuff. So we do this weekend, they're going to a haunted house. We've done Disney on Ice. We do hockey games and Falcons games. And then we do parties for all the big holidays. We just recently did a Halloween party. It's our biggest party of the year. It's a huge hit. So I think what's really cool about our day and social programs is they are not mutually exclusive to our independent living program. So you do not have to live with us to participate in either one of these. And so the social program really is a great way for people who don't live with us to be able to come and still have that interaction with their peers and be able to do fun things while living maybe at another program or still living at home or living completely independently on their own. And next is our independent living program. Everyone who lives with us, we really do create an individualized plan for each member. When they move in, we sit down, each person gets a case manager, and they have a conversation. They learn about what it is they want in life, what it is they want to learn, or what they need to learn. And we really do try to create that person-centered planning for them and assist them in what they want, not what we think that they need. So we kind of build everything around these 4 pillars of independent living skills: lifelong learning, health and wellness, social development, and community involvement. It's always a big thing here. So our ILP members, I like to explain it. My 5-year-old cousin actually said, "What do you do for work?" And I was like, well, everything that you do in life, everything that your mommy does for you is what we help facilitate for them. So how she helps you learn how to cook and all of those things. And so it's a kind of interesting way to break it down, that it really is just absolutely everything that they could ever want and desire, we help facilitate for them. So that takes us to our villages. Where do they live? These are our 2 villages. Our Fulton village is in Roswell. It has about 58 units. And then that was our original one in 2004. And then our Hall village is what was built in 2018, 5 years ago. And that one has 108 units. And that one's in Flowery Branch, Georgia. I really like these aerial shots of them because it really shows how it is a community. It is all of them living together in one spot, and they're able to really access their friends and their peers and hang out with everyone. So a little bit more about what our villages offer. We have 1 to 3 bedroom options. Our Hall at the newer village, we do have a police officer that lives on property, but at both properties we do have staff that reside there and are available 24/7. And we also have security cameras and a private gate with a keypad entry. We think safety is obviously very important to us, and I think that's a big selling point for a lot of our families as well, was that safety feature. The staff do not live with members. Our members still live completely independently. They live in apartments with peers. Each bedroom has an in-unit laundry, a full kitchen with a stove and microwave and all of the things that you might have in your own home. And each bedroom does have their own bathroom. So they really do have their own space to live in, but they're getting to live with their friends. At our Hall village, we do have a meal plan. We do not have one in our original village, but we did add that on in our new one. It is dinner every single night, and we still encourage learning how to cook and have cooking classes with our groups and stuff like that. But we do have that meal plan as an option for those who are still learning or maybe just don't want to cook. I know there are nights that I really wish I had a meal plan, so it's a really nice perk for them to have. And then also at our new village, we have what we call the silo, which stands for Senior Independent Living Option. The purpose of this, when we were building this community, this new village, is that we wanted a place for the members who are continuing to age, to have a place for them to go that has a little bit more supervision. It really is for those that maybe their needs are going or they're aging, so they could stay with just people, because it is an independent living facility. But they're just, as we age, we've noticed that if people leave, it creates a lot of it removes that sense of comfort, that sense of security, and we just kind of want to remove that from the aging process, because, as I said, a lot of our members stay here for over 10 years, and as they continue to age, and we have someone who's 80, we want to keep them here at Just People with their friends, with their family. So we built the silo. These are our apartments. There's some pictures for you guys to see. I think they're really beautiful. I am jealous. I wish I lived there. I think the group really loves them. None of them come furnished. Everyone furnishes their own apartments. So it's fun to go into the apartments and really see how their own sense of style comes out. And these are the amenities at each of our villages. Each property has common areas and outdoor gathering spaces. We have fire pits at both properties. Our hall property has a huge gazebo. They both have gyms at each property. They both have movie theaters. So really great amenities. Fulton, our original village, does have a pool. I didn't have a picture to include, but we do have a full-size pool at that village. So the amenities are really great. It's a full community for them. And then other ILP services that we provide. These are services that are primarily provided to those who live with us. Supportive employment, that is assistance from start to finish in the job process. So it really is learning job skills, participating in the job search, applying, onboarding, and then continuing to check and work with the manager and work with the employer as they throughout their employment for any help that they might need in making sure that they succeed in whatever job. I would say probably about 75% of those who live with us have a job. And it's really cool to see them choose what they want, because we don't just place them in any job here or there. We let them kind of participate in that option and pick where they want. So we have people who work at Kroger and Publix and Target, and we even have a member who works at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, and we have a member who works at IRS. Like it is a wide range. We try to find something in their interest for them to work at. And then CAI, for those who don't know, are waiver terms. That is community access individual, but it really is just community integration on a one-on-one basis. So it is one staff to one member, and it is for them to go out and experience and participate in the community, specifically tailored to what they want. So while our day program does have a lot of community integration, that's a large group. And sometimes you just want to go out on your own and go watch your own movie that maybe we're not offering the day program, or you just need to run to Target, or maybe you want to go to a Braves game. So it is a very cool option for our members to be able to have that one-on-one experience, and maybe bring a friend, or they've done like dates before. It's really cute. So that's a really fun thing that we like to offer to our members. And then our sports program. Sports program is a big deal around here. We participate in Special Olympics, and we have all the teams. They love bocce. That's probably the favorite, but we have gymnastics and swimming and cycling and golf and all kinds of stuff. And then also softball is a big deal. It is very serious in softball season. We actually in September had one of our teams participate in a national softball tournament. So that was a really cool opportunity for those guys to go to Virginia and participate in that. And then travel. We want to provide safe and fun vacation opportunities. Vacation is such a huge part of my life and everyone else's life that our members deserve the same right. So we try to take annual trips. Here's some pictures of our trips that we take every year. We do all kinds of stuff. Cruising is our favorite. We've done about 18 cruises over the course of our 28 years now, I guess. 5 theme parks, lots of land trips. We've traveled to the entire Caribbean. We've done all of Florida, New York, Alaska, Hawaii, DC, Disney, Vegas, anywhere that you can think of, we've probably traveled there. This year, actually, our annual trip was in September. We traveled for 9 days. We took a 9-day trip with 125 people. And we went to Universal for a couple days, and then we did a Caribbean cruise. So we really like to travel. I really enjoy watching the group travel because I think it's a fun way to see them interact in the community with other people in a place that they're not used to. It's really cool to watch them excel in that area. And cruising is really fun because when you get on the ship, and so you can tell we're a group, people are like, oh my gosh, that's a giant group. They're going to be traveling and I'm going to be behind them in the buffet line and all kinds of stuff. It's kind of taken aback when you see 125 people get on the ship. And by the end of the week, they are coming to find us and hanging out with us and dancing with us all night long and doing karaoke with the group. So it's really cool to watch them create those relationships in a place that they are not used to at all. The Just People app. This is something that it is my pet project. It is one of my favorite things that I've done. It's a new initiative that we are pioneering for Just People to go digital, which aren't we all? But is really cool because I think there are a lot of important pieces to the Just People app. Really, it started with just staying connected from a distance. There's so many people who care about our members, and it started in the time of COVID, when even having two properties that are far away from each other, and they couldn't see their friends. So creating a place where they could interact with their friends that and stay connected without physically being with that person every day. But also creating a safe space for digital social interaction. We've had too many stories. I'm sure everyone has heard about getting on Facebook and getting in a bad situation or talking to someone or whatever it might be. We really wanted to create that safe space for them to be able to interact with their friends. And also creating an online platform really to encourage person-centered planning and self-advocacy. We really want to allow our members to take control of their own lives. So there's a lot of pieces in here that we're trying to build to allow them that opportunity, whether it's requesting transportation or requesting different services or even just planning their schedule. We really want the ability for them to take control of the services that they're receiving. And then digital documentation. We're really trying to build a way that to make it easier for our staff to document and do all of the things that we are required to do without sacrificing the quality of information and the time that it takes to do it. So making this digital documentation that's a little bit easier to allow for more time spent on the service we're providing rather than the documentation that we have to complete. So our future, what does our future look like? Currently, we're really just focused on enhancing the current services that we provide to ensure that we are best in class. We're not necessarily focused on growth. That tends to come pretty organically for us. But having that new property built and doubling overnight, we really are currently focused on just increasing all of the great things that we have to offer with what we currently have. So growing our technology, like I just talked about the Just People app, but lots of different ways too, trying to figure out what is the best way for not just our staff to participate in technology and what can make our business more efficient, but how can our families interact with the service reports that they receive and make sure that they're paying in the easiest way, or all kinds of things to make sure that they're connected to the service that they've signed up for. And also, how can our members participate in technology? What ways are they missing out on, or how can we make their lives easier? So really continuing to grow our technology in the way that we utilize it to maximize our efficiency. And then improving our current facilities. We currently have plans or hopes and dreams. We're working on fundraising for a gym, a full-size gym at our Hall property. We just finished an outdoor project at our Fulton property with fire pits and all kinds of fun stuff, improving that one. And then also adding a sensory garden at our day program. So those are some of the ways we're currently trying to improve our current facilities that we have. Transportation. We noticed that was a major lack for our members, that they didn't have access, not just our members, but members around in other programs. So we recently were approved to become a transportation provider. So we're currently working on trying to grow that service and figure out the best way that we can improve that for the group. And then our workforce. Sure, it's no secret, or everyone is dealing with kind of the difficulties of finding people to work. So we're working on really investing in our DSPs and their futures and training and the service improvements that we can make sure that our workforce is skilled and committed to the service that we're providing. And then virtual opportunities. We would love the opportunity to grow our virtual service. During COVID, we started providing some virtual service through Zoom and just fun online opportunities for our group. But we've had so many people that have moved away, or even people who moved to the state of Georgia to join our program, but they miss their friends back home and wish that they could participate in the fun things that they're doing here. So we would really, really love to continue to grow our virtual opportunities to make sure that we are growing our reach, not just to people who can come to our day program. So thank you very much. That's all I have. I would like to open the floor for questions.
you.